Okay, Clayton, your turn. This is a Minisode Monday, or I might be filling this in as a filler for another day if I'm not able to do this. I did this a little early because Clayton actually asked me this question a little while ago, and I've been holding on to it because I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. I really like this armchair for this Stump the Creator program, video day vlog. But Clayton has this interesting thing where I want to do it on a mat, but I'm not going to this time. I'm going to see how this works. If it does not work out the way I think it will, I will end up doing it on a mat. But I'm trying to figure out a way of using the mats the right way. So, a lot to it. Anyways, so Clayton, this is his scenario. He sets up scenarios for us. Unlike everyone else, Clayton has, I guess, Wesley S. has set up a little bit of a scenario, but Clayton sets up a full scenario. Okay, so in Saudi Arabia, there is the Apache tribal warriors, Nebuchadnezzar, and John J. Pershing. On the other hand, you have China. In this corner, you have Saudi Arabia with the Apache tribal army, Nebuchadnezzar, and John J. Pershing. In this corner, you have China with the Cherokee Tribal Army and John J. Pershing. Oh, they're both the same. Okay. Saudi Arabia attacks China. Okay. Saudi Arabia is attacking China. China plays Givraldi Prasil and kills Nebuchadnezzar. Gotcha. And at the same time, China plays the German-Italian troop offensive. And Saudi Arabia plays Paul Revere. I was going to say, I didn't think this would end up, I didn't read through it. I told you I never read through these beforehand. But when I saw how he set this whole email up, I could see it be a problem. Okay, so Clayton, let's try this. Okay, so we have Saudi Arabia in one corner. Oh, give me a second. I might have to go to the mats for these questions that Clayton has. Okay, so Saudi Arabia. The abilities with Saudi Arabia is, oh yeah, they take refuge. Someone is seeking refuge. So we have the Apache Tribal Army in there. Theirs is the Apache Tribal Army. The Apache's ferocity surprises your opponent. The Apaches immediately win the first battle against any opponent. Okay, so automatically they would win. Nebuchadnezzar is being taken out, so I'm not even going to read his. I know Grivaldi is an assassin to kill Nebuchadnezzar. John J. Pershing allows you to have two armies in the same land. The Cherokee Tribal Army, due to the Cherokees' wilderness skills, they win the first battle in which they defend their land. Okay, so Cherokees are in the defending land. Apaches are in this attacking land. Makes sense. The Grivaldi takes out Nebuchadnezzar. Gotcha. Does Nebuchadnezzar give you anything that you could fight with beforehand? With Nebuchadnezzar, you win your first two attacks in Africa or Asia. Okay, he's in Asia, so he's a automatically win. Just double checking Pershing, make sure I have this right. John J. Pershing gets a second army, so that doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't think. And the German-Italian troop offensive, which would be an army, German-Italian troop offensive. Interrupt. When played, if an opponent attacks you with an army card, they turn on your owner When played, if an opponent attacks you with an army card, they turn on their owner for one attack. So, if the Apaches, say China is playing the German offensive, the Apaches would then change sides before the actual counting would actually begin. So because the Apaches change sides for just the first turn, for only the first attack, for one attack, the first attack would then be won by Who? You didn't stump me. By China. The reason why China gets it. Ooh, yeah. Wait a second. No, you didn't stump me. You didn't get it. Okay, so good try. So the Cherokee Tribal Army. You have the Cherokee Tribal Army. You have the German-Italian Offensive. Both are armies. With John J. Pershing, you're allowed to have 2 armies in your land. Here's the thing. And I know you're going to question this at the end. I know this is going to be in the comments. Clayton, I know how your mind thinks. Maybe. I'm thinking I know how your mind thinks. The Cherokee Tribal Army does not enter that land. They never go into China. They're in Saudi Arabia. They turn on their people and attack within their own land. So they never entered that. So John J. Pershing gives you 2 armies, which is allowed. But the Apaches never enter China. They stay in Saudi Arabia. The rules say that you can only have 1 army in your land. Pershing allows you to have 2 armies in your land. The Apaches never get in your land. So you still only have 2 because the Apaches are attacking within. So automatically the China attacks once. Apaches turn on Saudi Arabia. Nebuchadnezzar is killed because of Grivaldi, because of the assassin. John J. Pershing is most likely going to be discarded for the first attack. The second attack of the Apache Tribal Army would then be taken down for the second attack because you have the Cherokee Army, which is 4,000 attack. Ooh, wait a second. Who's attacking who? Oh, shoot. And I forgot about Paul Revere. Holy cow. Saudi Arabia is attacking China. Okay, so that would save. If the roles were flipped, if China was attacking Saudi Arabia, China would take Saudi Arabia, just so you know. But it's not. And also, Paul Revere. Who played? Saudi Arabia plays Paul Revere. Holy cow, I forgot about this last part. Paul Revere is a leader. I think. Paul Revere. Interrupt. Stop the effects of any army or conqueror card's abilities against your country. Continue as long as he is in play. Oh, man. Wow. You are really... Man, Clayton, I like how your brain works. Okay, going back to the armies. German offensive. Okay, so if I played Paul Revere... Shouldn't have lost that. Shouldn't have closed it. Paul Revere. Stop the effects of any army or conqueror card's abilities. So... in this big old battle. Holy cow. So, the Cherokee Tribal Army wins their first attack. This is going a lot more in depth than I thought it would. Cherokee Tribal Army is defending China. The Apaches should win their first attack. The Cherokees should win their first defense. The German-Italian offensive is shut off by Paul Revere. So no abilities. The strength doesn't matter because they both win their first attack no matter what the count is. So automatically, the first attack is a draw. Whew, correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, that took a lot of brain power and a lot of time to get through. Okay, so because of Paul Revere, German offensive does not work. Both the Apaches and the Cherokees go against each other with who wins the first battle. I've always said if 2 cards say that you win the first battle, it's a draw. Nobody wins. But then you get the second attack. Nebuchadnezzar is gone. Nobody won the first one. So Saudi Arabia would be attacking by the Apaches only, which has a 2,000 attack. I don't know why they would attack. And they have Paul Revere. 2,300. The Cherokees themselves has 2,000 points, but the Germans have another, the German-Italian offensive have another 2,000 points. So, to follow up this question, Saudi Arabia would be crazy to attack again now that there are two armies in China. And remember, even China can have 5 cards in it. So there's even more to that equation if you want to add to it. So sorry for this longer Minisode Monday. I keep going off on some of these because there's so much to them. Thanks again for adding this to my, wow, mind-blowing opportunity to share this with everybody else. Thanks again. We'll talk to you later. Clayton, you didn't stump me, but I see that you have another question. So in the following weeks, maybe you'll stump me. Maybe not. We'll try again. Take care. Bye, guys. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, actually. Take care. Bye.